Wala, and I'm currently serving as a co-facilitator at Rehan AI Teachers Training Bootcamp Batch 11. My mission is to empower individuals, especially those with limited formal education, by helping them gain practical, valuable skills so they can become global citizens who both earn and learn. I'm excited to dive into our discussion today and explore strategies to turn this vision into reality. Hello, ChatGPT, how are you?
Hello, Naseem Ola. It's fantastic to be here. I'm doing great, and I'm really looking forward to our conversation. Your mission is truly inspiring, and I'm excited to dive into these strategies with you. So let's get started.
Okay. What are the most effective strategies for teaching practical digital skills to individuals with limited educational background?
Absolutely, that's a great question. One of the most effective strategies is to start with very hands on real world tasks that are directly relevant to their daily lives. For example, you might focus on simple digital skills like using a smartphone to communicate or learning how to navigate basic apps that help them in their work or personal life. Keeping the content very practical and breaking it down into small, manageable steps can really help build their confidence and make learning feel approachable.
That makes sense. My next question: how can I structure my courses to be engaging and easy to follow for the beginners?
Absolutely. Structuring courses for beginners is all about making them feel comfortable and engage from the start. One great approach is to use a step by step progression with clear, simple modules. Start with the absolute basics and include plenty of hands on activities or real life examples that they can relate to. Also, try to keep lessons short and focused and use a lot of visuals or interactive elements to keep things interesting. That way, beginners can follow along easily and stay motivated.
Interesting. Our next question: what are some effective ways to attract a global audience, especially those who might not have extensive educational backgrounds?
That's a really insightful question. To attract a global audience, especially those with less formal education, one effective approach is to keep your language simple and relatable. Use universal themes and examples that resonate across cultures. Also, leveraging social media platforms that have a wide international reach can help. For instance, sharing short, engaging video snippets or real life success stories can capture attention. And of course, offering content in multiple languages or providing subtitles can make your courses more accessible to a diverse audience.
That's a smart approach. How can I use social media and other platforms to reach and engage with this type of audience?
Absolutely. Social media can be a real game changer here. One of the best ways to use social platforms is to share bite sized, visually engaging content that quickly shows the value of what you're offering. Think short tutorial clips, success stories, or even interactive live sessions where you answer questions in real time. Also, engaging with your audience in comments and groups can help build a community feel. Don't forget platforms like Facebook groups or even WhatsApp communities where people feel comfortable and can easily join in. It's all about being approachable and consistent so that your audience knows you're there to help.
That's a practical and doable approach. Thank you very much for this information. What are some key elements to ensure that my online institution is sustainable and can grow over times?
You're very welcome. And that's a fantastic question. To keep your online institution sustainable and growing, a few key elements really help. First, focus on building a strong community around your courses so learners feel connected and supported. Second, keep updating and improving your content based on feedback and new trends so it stays relevant and valuable. And finally, consider offering different pricing tiers or subscription models so that a wider range of people can join. That way, you create a steady stream of learners and keep your institution thriving over time.
Sustainability is exactly that I am aiming for. Thank you. And my next question: how can I measure the impact and success of my programs in terms of students' outcomes.
Absolutely, and that's a really important goal. To measure the impact and success of your programs, you can start by gathering feedback directly from your students through surveys or informal check ins to see how they're applying what they've learned. Another good approach is to track their progress over time, maybe by looking at how their skills improved or even how they move on to new opportunities. And if you can, collect a few success stories or testimonials that highlight real world outcomes. That kind of evidence can really show the tangible impact your programs are having and help you keep refining them for even greater success.
Thank you for sharing a very clear and actionable plan with me. My next question to you: how can I inspire and motivate learners not only improve their own lives but also contribute positively to the societies?
You're very welcome. And that's such a wonderful question. To inspire and motivate learners, not just to improve their own lives, but to also contribute positively to society, you can lead by example and weave a sense of purpose into your teaching. Share stories of individuals who've used their skills to make a difference, and encourage your learners to think about the impact they can have, no matter how small. You can also build in activities or projects that have a community focus so they get hands on experience in giving back. When learners see the real world impact of what they're doing, it naturally motivates them to contribute positively. And of course, just consistently reinforcing that their contributions matter can go a long way in keeping them inspired.
That aligns perfectly with my mission. And my next question: what are some ways to incorporate values and morals into learning processes? Discuss in detail.
Absolutely. And I love that this aligns with your mission. So, incorporating values and morals into the learning process really starts with leading by example and making those values a core part of your teaching philosophy. You can weave values like empathy, integrity, and respect into your lessons by using real life scenarios or case studies that highlight these principles. Another great way is to encourage discussions where students reflect on ethical dilemmas or moral choices related to what they're learning. This helps them see the bigger picture and understand how their knowledge can be used in a way that benefits others. You can also incorporate projects that involve community service or social impact, giving learners a chance to put those values into practice. Overall, it's all about making those morals a natural part of the learning journey so students feel inspired to carry them forward.
Right. How can I effectively integrate AI tools like ChatGPT 5 into my teaching and administrative processes?
Absolutely. Integrating AI tools like ChatGPT 5 into your teaching and admin processes can really streamline things and add a lot of value. For teaching, you can use AI to provide students with instant feedback on assignments or to create personalized learning paths based on their progress. It can also be a great tool for answering common questions outside of class hours, which can save you time and keep students engaged. On the administrative side, AI can help automate routine tasks like scheduling, sending reminders, or even organizing resources, freeing you up to focus more on teaching and less on paperwork. The key is to start small, maybe by integrating AI into one or two areas, and then gradually expanding as you see what works best for you and your learners.
That's a creative use of AI in real life. Thank you very much. And my next question: what are some innovative ways to use technology to make learning more accessible and effective? Give examples from the real life.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. There are definitely some really innovative ways technology can make learning more accessible and effective. For example, you can use virtual classrooms or video conferencing tools to reach students who can't attend in person, making education more inclusive. Another great tool is using educational apps that adapt to each learner's pace, offering personalized learning paths. You can also look at tools like immersive VR or AR, which can bring complex concepts to life and make learning more engaging, especially for visual or hands on learners. And of course, things like screen readers or translation tools can make content accessible to students with different needs or language backgrounds. So it's really all about using these tools to break down barriers and make learning as flexible and engaging as possible.
Thank you, ChatGPT. One of my questions that I sometimes feel how to connect the people who are have a less formal education to keep them on track. You can say the how to use purposeful. You can say the how to use ChatGPT purposefully, not to just to chat and some other you can say the time wastages of their life. But I want to have some idea how to make people who are with less formal education to continue to use chat gpt for productivity and for their own benefit. Give me something you can say tangible that I can share with them.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to give you something tangible for that. One practical approach is to show them specific examples of how ChatGPT can solve real problems they face. For instance, you could show them how to use it to draft a simple resume, write a professional message, or even get step by step instructions for a task they want to learn. Another idea is to introduce them to a few easy prompts they can try, like asking for help with budgeting or learning a new skill. By giving them these practical, everyday uses, they'll see how it can save them time and actually make their lives easier. In other words, you're not just telling them to use it, you're showing them how it can be a helpful tool for main daily productivity and personal benefit.
Thank you very much for sparing you can say the 15 minutes for my this podcast. uh, my dear audience, we were live from Talks That Teach, and thank you for everyone for sparing time. We will see you once again after you can say the few days. Thank you very much.
You're absolutely welcome. It's been a pleasure being part of your podcast on Talks That Teach. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and I'm looking forward to the next time. Have a great session and see you all soon.